Hello again, and welcome back to Granny Dorothy Visits. Today's topic is Lost in Silence, Found by God. And the first reading from Everyday Positive Thinking, Louise Hay's book. Meditation is a time of quiet when the mind is freed from its attachment to the hysterical ravings of a world gone mad. It is a silence in which the Spirit of God can enter us and work his divine alchemy upon us. And this was by Marian Williamson. And the second and the last one I'm going to be reading for today is from a book. I don't know if I've read this one before, but it's Norman Vincent Peale, who you know I've read from before, and it's called A Guide to Confident Living. One technique used in the service of public worship, which has produced amazing results, is the period of directed quietness. Attendance at Quaker meetings had taught me the value of creative silence. In meeting with the Friends, I derived great personal benefit, such as lowering of tension, strength over fear, and mental clarification, which helped me in one or two instances to the most astounding solution of problems. The Friends, of course, have the advantage of long years of training in the tradition of silent meditation. We in the churches generally have never developed expertness in utilizing quietness in worship. Protestants, as a rule, do not practice complete quietness, but inevitably have a background of music. I began to interject complete silence, but did it gradually and only occasionally. It proved so effective that now, if I omit it for one service, many people are sure to protest. The technique which we employ was described in a pamphlet issued by the Marble Collegiate Church Sermon Publication Committee. And this is what they said. Picture the church filled to overflowing by a great congregation numbering more than 2,000 people. The sunlight is streaming in the great windows, illuminating the sanctuary and falling softly upon the worshiping multitude. The church interior is a combination of gold and soft reds, with red brocade cushions and backrests in the mahogany and white colonial pews. Around three sides, the great balcony swings. The front of the church is not in the form of an altar, but a small platform on which are placed three large stately chairs against a backdrop of rich red velvet. At the left of the platform is a beautiful lectern on which rests the great pulpit Bible. Towering above and behind the backdrop is a great nave which carries out the gold decoration. Here sits the choir. Dr. Peale is seated in the large center chair, his associates on either side. Following the reading of the scripture, a deep hush settles upon the congregation. Dr. Peale arises, steps to the front of the platform, and with nothing between himself and the congregation, he speaks somewhat as follows. We have come here this morning because God is in this place, and we want to make contact with him. This greatest of all experiences possible to human beings is best accomplished through silence. It is possible for every person in this church to now establish such a close contact with God that he shall be recreated. Remember the words of the scriptures. In him we live and move and have our being. As long as we are in him, we are in the flow of God's power and strength. Peace and power are ours. But sadly, we become detached from this flow. We do not live in him, and thus accumulate fear, anxiety, negative thinking, everything that causes failure. Let us therefore practice now a moment of absolute silence. I suggest that you allow your body to assume a relaxed position in order that tension may go out of you. Perhaps you may wish to close your eyes to shut out the world. In this moment of silence, the one thing you must not do is think about yourself or any of your problems. Instead, think about God for 1 minute and conceive of him as now recreating you. Let us retire into a vital and vibrant period of creative meditation. So saying, a deep silence falls upon the congregation. If there has been any coughing up to this point, it ceases. The only sound you can hear is the swish of automobile tires on the avenue outside, and even that seems far away. It is not a dead silence, for there is aliveness and vibrancy in the air. There is always the spirit of expectancy that something great is about to happen. Sometimes this silence lasts only for 60 seconds, sometimes longer, but people become lost in the silence. It is as if God himself touches their minds with peace. Presently, in a very quiet voice, Dr. Peel breaks the silence by saying, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And he also adds, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee." He stresses this latter verse, emphasizing that for the period of quietness, the minds of the worshipers have been fixed not upon their troubles, but upon God. And because of that firm fixing of their minds upon the eternal, God has sent his peace to them in that period of silence. Scores of people report that the most amazing benefits have occurred to them in this quiet period. Strangely enough, it is not as you might expect, women who seem to appreciate this period of quietness, but the hard-pressed businessman of today expresses himself enthusiastically as to the benefits he receives. Perhaps this, in part, at least accounts for the fact that the congregation in the Marble Collegiate Church are more than 50% men. That was from the pamphlet, and then Dr. Peel continues here. I am convinced that in the vibrant and healing silence which falls over a great congregation, when the suggestion is emphasized and accepted that God is present and that Jesus Christ walks the aisles to touch human beings, actual power is being released. We know that the universe is filled with power, that the very air is charged with it. Only a short time ago, we discovered atomic energy. Other forms of energy, which shall subsequently be developed, may even be greater. Cannot we then assume that in this dynamic universe, there are spiritual forces all about us, ready to play upon us and to recreate us? I'll stop it there, but I just thought that that was very powerful, because I know, I think actually I've heard that a lot more people are going back to church these days, and I think with the world is pretty crazy right now. It has been for a while. So I think people are searching, and being together in a congregation of people of the same mind who are searching for wanting to be with God, and I think that gives them a peace, you know, that we all need. This world needs peace, and you can't deny that we need God. We need our spiritual, our divine guidance and his love, so we share his love with others. And that's what it's all about, is spreading love, sharing love. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I send my love. Mwah. Until next week. Bye for now.